Honestly, I didn't think we had so many feminist men in Tehran, both among motorcyclists and drivers.
The streets of Tehran are witnessing a change reminiscent of the way they used to be before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. So what is that change? Women on motorcycles. Yes, you heard that right. While it is a basic right in most countries across the world, Iran is one nation where this remains an anomaly, a taboo, something that has been banned for decades. Women in Iran have been met with disapproving looks, verbal abuse, and have even faced action by Iran's morality police for decades for failing to adhere to patriarchal norms. One case in point is Mahsa Amini, a normal citizen of Iran who lost her life in 2022. She was detained by Iran's morality police on September 13th that year for allegedly not adhering to the country's compulsory hijab regulations. Eyewitnesses claimed that Mahsa Amini was beaten in police custody, leading to severe head injuries. Iranian authorities, meanwhile, claimed that Amini suffered from heart failure. They denied that any police brutality had taken place. Mahsa Amini's brutal death led to months of national and international protests. In Iran, they spread to over 90 cities, and across the world, over 40 countries joined in solidarity against the Khamenei regime. One of the chants was woman, life, freedom. There were widespread internet shutdowns, live firing incidents, and government crackdowns that involved the use of tear gas. Thousands of protesters were detained, hundreds of protesters were reportedly killed. What was the Khamenei-led government trying to say? Stay quiet when it comes to the rights of Iran's women. But let's drive ourselves back to present-day Iran. Change is being witnessed in the form of a spark that may grow brighter if a variety of factors align, if Iran's women push harder, if Iran's regime loosens the noose, and if the world continues to keep a watchful eye. Listen to what a resident of Tehran had to say about being behind the handlebars.
There is not any political manifesto or social agenda here. It's just that since my workplace is downtown and I had to commute every day from western neighborhood of Satarkan, the traffic there and the parking issue, plus the traffic zone restrictions, was driving me crazy. So I finally decided to start using a motorbike. At first, there was a time when more women had just started riding motorcycles. There was a lot of social pressure. At least mentally, it was a big deal for me. I didn't really know how to go about it. In the beginning, I was quite stressed, but gradually, the way people treated me and their reactions encouraged me a lot. I kept riding regularly. People react by saying, "Bravo, that's awesome, shout out, thank you," and things like that. Honestly, I didn't think we had so many feminist men in Tehran, both among motorcyclists and drivers.
Now, listen to what she had to say about whether or not she expected good reactions from the men of Iran.
Not at all. I actually thought I'd face much more inappropriate behavior, but it's been rare, barely even 5 times. I almost ride every day now, whether I'm going to a cafe or another workplace. I really didn't expect people to be this neutral even if they don't show a positive reaction. It might sound a bit sad, but for the first time, a police officer, well, actually, a traffic officer, made me feel encouraged and safer. I could feel that there was some kind of support. Even the times they gave me warnings, they were technical ones, like where to park, not to do certain things, or to always wear a helmet. The law doesn't explicitly say that women shouldn't be given motorcycle licenses. There's no legal ban, just some bylaw-type regulations that authorities are following. I think that's completely wrong, and it's time for things to move forward with the times.
We also spoke with human rights activist Rima Shir Mohammadi about what life is usually like for the women of Iran. Take a look.
When a woman wakes up in Iran, usually when a woman wakes up in any other country that there is freedom, or they consider her as a normal, as a human being, she doesn't have to think she can only think of what she's going to wear, or would she put on makeup or not, or is she ready to go to her meeting, to her work, and essential questions that has to do with basically taking yourself out into the world. In Iran, it's not so. When you go out, you have to think, okay, is my dress suitable? Is my hair covered properly? Is How will the others look at me? Will I be chased by the police in the street? Will they take me? Will the morality police go after me in the street?
Now, there are two things in the past that curbed the rights of women when it came to being behind the handlebars. The traffic snarls of Tehran tell a story more complex than honking horns and exhaust fumes. Amid the city's 8 million daily commuters, 4 million cars, and another 4 million motorcycles, a quiet revolution hums to life on two wheels. Under Iran's current police regulations, motorcycle licenses are reserved exclusively for men. The term itself is gender-specific. We're talking about the term mardan, even though Farsi by nature is a grammatically gender-neutral language. That single word has come to symbolize much more than a licensing rule. It reflects a cultural boundary, still fiercely debated across Iranian society. Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran has adhered to a conservative interpretation of Islam that defines strict codes of conduct for women. While women today lead in government, pursue professional careers, and drive cars freely, some clerics and hardliners view a woman on a motorbike as an act of tabarruj, a public display of beauty deemed forbidden. Yet, the streets tell another story. For decades, women draped in black chadors rode side saddle behind men, but as younger generations began loosening traditional dress codes, more women, especially those forgoing the hijab, started taking control of the handlebars themselves. They weaved through Tehran's sprawling avenues, choosing agility and independence over congestion and hefty car fees that can exceed 20 million riyals a month. It's still a rare sight, but one that's becoming harder to ignore. Women on motorcycles. Reformists see in them a flicker of change, a challenge not born from protests, but from motion itself. They now push to rewrite the rulebook, one that could finally allow women to obtain motorcycle licenses and ride legally through Tehran's chaotic streets.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.